Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. A blistering hot night here in early September in Milwaukee, and the roof is open. And we're set for Cubs baseball. The Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers, game 2 of a 3-game series. And welcome to Cubs baseball. Jim DeShays, Len Casper with you. Cubs a 7-2 winner yesterday, but it was a pretty tight game until the Cubs broke away late.
Yeah, a late rally made a winner out of Kyle Hendricks in the ball game yesterday. Chris Coughlin came off the bench, got 2 hits, drove in 3. And this has been a trend for the Cubs. They're doing a lot of damage late in ball games. They've obviously had the winning touch against this Milwaukee club. They really dominated the series against the Brewers the last couple of seasons.
It's good to see those part-time guys, Coughlin, Stella, Montero, who gets another start tonight, have done some fine work.
Yeah, really pushing hard. Everybody wants to be a piece of the action in the postseason. You see what the Cubs have done. 7th inning or later, over the last 8 ball games, they've scored 16 runs, batting .291.
Cubs magic numbers down to 10. Jason Hamill will get the ball for them tonight. Willie Peralta, interesting year he's had. He was the Brewers opening day starter and then demoted in June after a very rough start. So the Cubs dominating this season series. They have now taken 6 in a row against the Brewers. They'll try to make it 7 straight when we return. Cubs and Brewers, game 2.
CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit mykiachicago.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Miller Park. Hot night. Night after Labor Day, and the minor league season, the regular seasons, ended yesterday. So a lot of teams around baseball making a second wave of roster moves, and the Cubs adding 5 to their roster. Hector Rondon, not related to what we just mentioned, is activated from the 15-day DL today. Albert Almora Jr., Spencer Patton, Munenori Kawasaki, and Tim Fedorovich are up from AAA Iowa. Pretty decent chance we'll see Hector pitch at some point tonight. They'll try to ease him back in, won't overwork him, or really any of the pitchers if they can help it here down the stretch. Cubs' magic number is 10 as they look for win number 90. Now the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Fowler back in the lineup along with Zobrist. Rizzo, Soler playing left. No Chris Bryant, no Addison Russell. They get the night off, at least to start the game. LaStella's at third. Hayward is in right. He played center yesterday. Miguel Montero gets back-to-back starts. Javier Baez will play short for Russell, and Jason Hamill, the pitcher, bats ninth.
The Brewers defensively brought to you by Arby's. That's the Cubs. That's how the Cubs are going to line up here this evening. The Brewers have Braun, Neuenhuis, Santana covering the outfield here at Miller Park. VR Arcia, Hernan Perez, Chris Carter third to first. Martin Maldonado is behind the plate. The Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is 27-year-old right-hander Willie Peralta, 5-9 with a 5.53 ERA. Their opening day starter just really struggled mightily, was sent down to the minor leagues in June. He has come back up and made 5 starts here in August and thrown the ball well. Got an ERA of 3 over his last 5. So, which Willie Peralta are we going to see here tonight?
Here are your umpires. Will Little calls balls and strikes. Chad Whitson is at first. The crew chief Jerry Meals at second, and Ron Culpa is at third.
Well, one of the things you notice about Peralta in his recent starts, his velocity's up a little bit. He's always had a good arm for a guy who can go mid-90s and sometimes flash 99 miles per hour. He's never been a big strikeout pitcher, but lately he's getting more swings and misses. He likes to run that two-seam fastball away from the lefties. Has a slider and a changeup. A couple of years ago, he was a 17-game winner, and he appeared to be a guy on the rise. 27 years of age. But the last couple of seasons, it's been a real rough go for him.
The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Dexter Fowler gets a hit here, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And we are underway. '89 degrees. 2 bouncer to Carter. Peralta over to cover, and he beats Fowler 1 away. Yeah, it has been a weird year to say the least for Peralta. You mentioned how he has been pretty good since returning. He was their opening day starter. And in early June, after 13 starts, he had a major league worst 6.68 ERA. So he was sent down to AAA. Wasn't very good there. Made 10 starts, had a 6.31, and the only reason he was brought back was timing. Junior Guerra went on the disabled list, and it was Peralta's night to pitch at Colorado Springs. So he took that start, and he has just kept the position. The 1-0 to Ben Zobrist. Outside 2-0. Ben's not hitting, but he is taking his walks. 1 for 22 over his last 8 games, but has walked 9 times. In the air to deep right, way back, and caught on the track by Santana. Here's Rizzo with 2 outs.
Well, this is certainly a matchup worth keeping your eye on tonight. Anthony, 14 out of 28. Do the quick math. That's a .500 batting average, and 5 of those 14 hits have left the ballpark.
Yeah, this has been his best matchup against any pitcher in baseball. Deep left, back toward the wall, gone! 15 hits, 6 home runs off Peralta, the most off any pitcher he's faced. Peralta can't get him out.
Yeah, I dare say that Peralta loses sleep when contemplating a matchup with Anthony Rizzo the way this has played out. And Rizzo, wasting no time, jumps on that first offering for home run number 27. Your Ford home run replay. Not many the other way for Anthony. But it's a good game plan against the 2-seam offerings from Peralta, that running fastball that moves away from the lefty. And you see it tumbling down and away instead of trying to pull it. The big fella just rides it on out of here.
Swing and a miss by Soler. Cubs grab an early lead. 27 homers for Rizzo, 94 knocked in. And he found out earlier today he is the Cubs Roberto Clemente Award nominee. Starting tomorrow, you can vote for Anthony Rizzo. Hashtag vote Rizzo. If you tweet that to at MLB or go to the Cubs Facebook page. Soler in the air to shallow center. Paris from the second base position makes the catch right in front of Neuenhuis to end the inning. Jason Hammel will take the ball with a 1-0 lead when we come back. Starting lineup brought to you by Southwest, written out by manager Craig Counsell. VR playing third. Neuenhuis in center has been really good against the Cubs and at home overall. Ryan Braun hit his 25th yesterday. Perez will clean up. Chris Carter has homered in 3 straight. Domingo Santana gets his start at right. Arcia, the rookie shortstop, bats 7th ahead of Martin Maldonado and Willie Peralta.
Cubs defensively brought to you by Arby's. Soler, Fowler, Hayward in the outfield. La Stella, Baez, Zobrist, Rizzo. A little different look on the infield tonight. Montero behind the plate. Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher Jason Hamill. Not perfect, but awfully darn good against the Milwaukee Brewers in his career. 10-1 with a 2.50 earned run average against the boys from Beer City.
VR in the air, deep left center, and that one will go. Hot night, and the ball is flying. It's 1-1. 2 pitches in.
VR, a talented young player, has speed and power. That's his 13th home run this year. He, like Rizzo, gets a 2-seam fastball and rides it out of here. A little bit left of center.
Interrupted their dinner. Bunted by Neuenhuis. It's perfect. And Montero won't even make a throw. We talk about do-overs, and you don't get any in this game.
And probably the best thing there is Jason just didn't try to make a heroic play. That was just a perfect bunt by Neuenhuis. Sometimes you get into trouble. You try to make a play there, and you could airmail that ball down the right field line. And Neuenhuis might end up at third base. So he's on first. Jason Hamill's on the mound for the 27th time, 14-7. With the 3.14 ERA. Talked about the good work he's done against the Brewers. In this ballpark, he's 6-1 with a 2.32 earned run average.
Facing Ryan Braun. Hit his 25th home run. Leading off the bottom of the ninth yesterday.
Braun's got good numbers against Jason. 9 out of 27 with 3 home runs. Covers everything. You know, maybe a little vulnerable down and in. Handles the ball up, handles the ball away very well. Has good power to the opposite field. If you spin it in the zone, that's the one he'll hit with authority to the pull side.
Gets by Montero and allows Neuenhuis to advance to second. A wild pitch.
Spike that fastball. Tough pitch to handle.
Base hit, center field. Neuenhuis is going to be set. Here's the throw by Fowler, and it's late. And it's 2-1 Milwaukee. 3 consecutive hits greeting Jason Hamill.
Home run, perfect bunt, line drive single for Ryan Braun to give the Brewers the lead. 6 pitches in. That slider down and away, and Braun all over it. So talking about that spin that stays in the zone. It wasn't a real bad pitch, but a pitch that we've seen Braun handle time and time again.
Hernan Perez playing second, so Scooter Gennett out of their lineup tonight. Now, Keon Broxton was talking with Craig Counsell before the game. He said his lineups at this point in the season are not all about matchups. He said if you take the pitcher and catcher out of the mix because Maldonado plays most days. Said I've got 9 guys for 7 spots. So it's Broxton and Jeanette on the bench this evening.
Might be the most right-handed team in baseball, both their position players and their pitchers.
Runner goes, ground ball through the hole. Braun will make third. 4 consecutive hits.
Braun in motion. That's the other piece for this Brewer club. They like to run.
So some early trouble for Hamill, and now Chris Carter hit his 33rd home run of the year yesterday.
Yes, so the Brewers have Neuenhuis in the lineup tonight, a left-handed batter. Scooter and Jeanette, the only other left-handed batter on their club. They do have VR, who's a switch hitter, and they have 1 left-handed pitcher.
That is pretty right-handed. Craig Counsell, the manager, left-handed hitter. They might need him. Ball 1. This was off Kyle Hendricks, the only run Kyle allowed, in fact. He got to go down that slide a couple of times, but the Cubs won the game 7-2.
Jason on the road this year, 5-6 with a 4.65 ERA. At home, he has a 1.77, so big differential between the home and road ERAs for Hamill.
Cubs have 11 relievers available. Brewers have 13. Cubs have dominated this season's series. 10-3. They've won 6 straight. They've now beaten the Brewers 22 out of the last 26 meetings. Back to last year.
Big pitch coming here early on. 2 in, 2 on, 2 balls to a dangerous hitter.
3-0.
Jason really out of sync with his delivery now.
It's Domingo Santana on deck. Runner goes from first, bases loaded. That's ball 4.
Starting to sense a Chris Bosio visit here. Could be on the agenda pretty soon. So Jason, his last start was at Wrigley against the Pirates. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It's his 6th consecutive start at home, allowing 1 run or fewer. His last 2 road starts. The one in LA where he got pulled early, 2 1/3, and the previous one was in Colorado when he allowed 10 runs and 3 1/3.
Santana, the right fielder, takes a curveball up and in.
Yeah, he's just having a hard time finishing those breaking pitches, both the slider and the curveball.
Put yourself in Chris Bosio's shoes. I mean, what do you say here?
Yeah, you say, all right, man, you're 1 pitch from turning this thing around. Get yourself a ground ball here. We'll get a double play, clean things up a little bit. Stay back, get on top. Trying to put a little positive thought in his head mechanically, maybe. Here's what I'm seeing from the dugout. Looks to me like you're flying open a little bit. Let's drive that ball down in the zone.
Santana's had an injury-plagued season. 2 DL stints, shoulder and elbow. And he lines one into left. They're going to try to score 2, and they will. And it's 4-1. Braun and Perez are in. Santana with a 2-run single. There's still nobody up in the bullpen.
Still thinking it might be a long night. It's going for the coffee.
First and second, 4-1. Here's Arcia, the shortstop. 7th Brewer to bat here in the first inning. And he fouls out of play.
Usually it's the road team trying to take the home crowd out of it, but here it's the home team trying to take the road crowd out of the game. There's so many Cub fans here in Milwaukee.
I need to process that thought for a minute. But yeah, I think I got it. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know. Did you mention it? That Hamill's 10-1 against the Brewers?
Yes. I mean,
14 career starts. Yeah. He's had their number, but not so far.
In this ballpark, 6-1 with a 232.
Another ball hit hard. Listella can only knock it down, and everybody's safe. That ball might have actually hit his leg.
Yeah, sharply. Everything's up. Fastballs are up in the zone. Breaking pitches are up out of the zone.
Guessing that'll be an error on Listella. And it is an error on Tommy. Still nobody out. And I see some stretching out in the bullpen now. Maldonado with the bases loaded. Be the first out. Carter's going to tag as Soler in left center makes the catch. Here's the throw late. 5-1. Sacrifice fly, Maldonado. First 5 hitters in the Brewer lineup have all scored.
Cedar, the third base coach, with some words for Peralta in this bunting situation.
Probably the happiest man in the building. Brewers starting pitcher now with a 4-run lead. Peralta homered earlier this year as he swings and misses.
Rizzo didn't flinch, and that was the conversation I'm sure Cedar had with him. Is, look, Rizzo really aggressively defends the bunt. If you see him encroaching, if you want to, go ahead, pull it back and take a swing.
Gets away, runners move up. Another wild pitch. Everybody in now. And the 1-1 to the plate. Swing and a miss. 1-2. VR, who homered to lead off the inning, is on deck. run he hit was June 11th. Logan Barrett of the Mets. 080 lifetime. Slicing drive right field. Hayward will not get there, but it is foul.
That was a silver lining kind of comment right there. And you know it's not your night when you're having a hard time putting away the 080 hitting pitcher.
Swing and a miss. 2 down.
This is Jason's 4th start against the Brewers this year. Seven shutout against them back on August 16th.
First pitch swinging in the air down the third base line, and a good effort by La Stella and Baez. Neither can make the play. Second pitch of Hamill's night over the bullpen. There it is. 1-1. Two more in scoring position.
Somebody's coughing up here.
Got to hit the right button.
Just start everything over again.
Button says cough. You're supposed to hit that
hit the
one.
wrong box. They changed boxes.
But that kind of inning, hasn't it? 1-2. Left field in the corner and caught by Soler. Finally over. After 1. Brewers 5, Cubs 1. CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm.
Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Yeah, Zach Greinke making his return to LA, and his old mates did not treat him very kindly. He hit 5 home runs, including 4 in 1 inning. 9 hits, 8 earned runs allowed by the righty.
How about Brian Dozier? He has homered again tonight. He hit 3 last night. He's hit 31 over his last 66 games. So as rough a year as it's been for the Minnesota Twins, Dozier is having quite a second half. He's got 39 now on the season. Stella bounces toward third, foul. Ooh, nice play over there by DR, but it doesn't count. And the Marlins activated Giancarlo Stanton, which surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, when he first got hurt, it looked like he was going to be done for the year.
Cardinals have tied the National League record with a 25-game home run streak. Yadier Molina hit a grand slam in the first. 5-2. They lead the fading Pirates in the 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
This is the Cubs' first look at Peralta this year in his career. 3-7 with a 409 earned run average against the Cubs. Yeah, the 39 home runs for Dozier, an American League record for a second baseman, surpassing Alfonso Soriano.
The Major League record, Davey Johnson hit 43 for the Atlanta Braves in 1973, and on Dozier's pace, he should easily break that. One and one on Jason Hayward. A topper right side, charged by Perez. Glove to glove as Carter at the bag. That was a nifty play. Carter had just gotten to the base when that ball was on its way.
Yeah, Carter not fleet of foot, so he had to be quick to react. The good news is that toss right up there was easy for him to grab it. Changed the Stella error to a base hit.
So RC is 1 for 1. Montero takes ball 1. Miguel making consecutive starts for the first time since late July. Cubs have 4 catchers now on the roster, with Tim Fedorovich coming up from AAA. 2 for 3 yesterday. Big double in the 8th to start the game-winning rally. And the 1-1 is low. Cubs have some work to do to come back and win this one. With their next victory, it will make for their 24th 90-win season in team history, and first back-to-back 90-win seasons. Deep drive, that one could go, and it will. 5-2.
Yeah, this game not over by a long shot with the Cubs lineup in this ballpark the way it's playing here tonight. And Peralta, although he has been good of late, as we've noted, he's still a guy who came into this one with an ERA of 5.53 and opponent batting average of 3.20. So hang on. A lot of baseball yet to be played. Montero's done a lot of good work in this direction lately. This time it leaves the yard. Number 6 for Miguel. There's your Ford home run replay.
A couple of 2-out homers for the Cubs. Rizzo and Montero. And now it's Javier Baez. The Cubs last won 90 times in consecutive seasons. 1928, 29, and 30. So the next win would mean back-to-back 90-win seasons for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, well, they're doing a lot of things here. You know, it hasn't happened since 1945. Hasn't happened since 1908.
On the ground, right to the second baseman, Perez, exactly where he was playing. Miguel Montero started this series at under 200 when he's had 3 hits. That's his 6th home run, 5-2 in the second.
The final homestand of the regular season is the Reds series. That will be September 19th, 20th, and 21st. Don't miss your chance to catch a game at beautiful Wrigley Field. Visit Cubs.com to get your tickets.
Miguel Montero, the home run at the top of this inning. Cubs trail 5-2. Jason Hammel will try to clean the slate here. Facing Neuenhuis, Braun, and Perez, and a breaking ball is outside for ball 1.
Needs a little barrel avoidance.
Soler in left. Bring up Braun.
I got money that I saved and I'm back on road. And my jewelry is saved.
Good crowd tonight, not quite a sellout like yesterday. Definitely more Cub fans here yesterday than tonight on a holiday. Pitch. Fouled out of play. Missed just off the outside corner.
That's good miss though. Down a little bit off the outside corner. First inning, the fastball was out over the plate and up consistently.
Deep right. Hayward at the wall. The leap, the catch. He's got it. Hope he's all right. He jumped a little bit before he got to the wall. I don't think that ball was going to get out, but certainly extra bases. And Hayward makes the grab.
It's a round of applause from his pitcher, Jason hot, steamy night. He's already given up 5. You're out there just yelling, "Stay in here! Stay in here!" He's closer to stay in the park, but Hayward makes the play for him.
Closer to the top of the wall than I thought. Bullpen loves it. There's was like a practice golf swing. Strike 1. Play was not quite exactly the same, but it does remind me of Reed Johnson taking away a Prince Fielder grand slam in this ballpark a few years ago. Out there and right. Ground ball into center for a 2-out single. There is 2 for 2.
Yeah, he's been a very good story for the Brewers this year. Former Tiger. Starting to emerge. Another one of those guys like VR. Decent power, good speed. He's stolen 28 bases this year. He's only been caught 4 times. Versatile guy. Play the infield and the outfield.
Carter walked and scored in the first. Check on the runner. Mike Montgomery, the lefty, Cubs' 6th starter, will get the ball tomorrow night. So with the off day on Thursday, this next time through, everybody's going to get a couple of extra days of rest. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Just semantics, but Mike would probably prefer if we said he's one of the 6 starters the Cubs are using as opposed to the 6th starter.
Sure. We can go with that.
Don't relegate me, man. Brewers steal more bases than any team in Major League Baseball. 153 steals for Milwaukee. VR leads the way with 51. Perez will run. Broxton on the bench tonight. Very good. Braun has been running this year.
There he goes. And he's safe. The 29. One little thing he did that I like, with 2 outs, there's no reason to look back. Right? Just run.
Yeah.
If you hear contact, you can locate the ball, but no sense in slowing yourself down. And a pretty good chance that Carter was going to take. Not afraid to take pitches. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I suspect that Perez and many of these Brewer base runners have a green light from Craig Counsell. It's a situation where there's a fair amount of risk in running with a home run hitter in the batter's box, a struggling pitcher on the mound.
He struck him out. Good sliders in that sequence. Jason Hayward helping out his pitcher. Terrific leaping grab at the wall in right to rob Ryan Braun. 5-2 Milwaukee after 2.
The Cubs welcome students, alumni, and fans of the Big Ten. Fans who buy tickets through the special group nights page will receive a special edition Cubs scarf in their favorite Big Ten school colors. Also a chance to throw out a first pitch for one lucky individual. Cubs.com/special group nights.
Santana makes the catch. Hamill is retired. I guess this has been Zobrist's home run inning, right?
2 outs home run, 2 outs home run.
Fowler can get on base if he'd like, but he was off yesterday. Zobrist did not start, got into the game later. Tonight it's Bryant and Russell. Anthony Rizzo might get tomorrow night off.
Yeah, I think Joe, here in the last couple of weeks of the regular season, going to start resting guys a little bit more frequently. Serves two purposes. Gives the everyday guys rest, and it keeps the bench guys involved.
Could not give Rizzo a night off tonight, though, right? Against Peralta.
No.
Wouldn't think of it.
Joe would be in his office duct taped and locked in. Anthony would be making adjustments to the lineup card.
One of the call-ups, Albert Almora Jr. Great to see him. A couple of weeks on the DL with Iowa with a thumb contusion, but gave him a little extra time at home with newborn. Two the count on Fowler. Three and two. So Almora has made his major league debut. He's gotten married and he's a dad. Quite a 2016. Love to add a World Series ring to that fun narrative. Ball four. First walk issued by Peralta. Now Zobrist.
Who's that guy again? All right. Yeah, we're good to go. Here comes your home run prediction. I am so high maintenance tonight. It's unbelievable.
So our headsets are connected to this box that is then connected to the truck downstairs, and JD's was not working particularly well. It looks like this. So we have a spare. So they plugged him into the spare one, and he keeps hitting the other box when he wants to clear his throat.
Yeah. It's a game of adjustments, Len.
It is.
You got to be able to adjust. Plus, the other box says JD on it, and this one says spare, so I automatically go to the JD one.
Why wouldn't you? Past Carter, actually deflected it, and it'll get in the right. Zobrist with a single, and here comes Rizzo.
And Carter not deflected that ball. Chance that Perez makes a play to Peralta covering. Would have been a difficult play to complete.
15 for 29, 6 homers for Rizzo against Peralta.
Brewer team makes a lot of errors. They're not a real good defensive club. They'll give you some opportunities. Peralta might not be fully aware of the numbers that Rizzo has against him, but I guarantee you he knows he's done a lot of damage.
This time, Arcia, and the infield fly rule was in effect. Jerry Meals made the call at second. 2 outs. It'll bring up Soler. He had 2 hits and knocked in a run yesterday. Also walked. He's popped to second tonight. That's the other big difference. Peralta now versus before he was demoted. He threw his slider really hard. Now you'll see that breaking ball in the lower 80s. Sometimes he'll throw it a little harder. Just try not to muscle up too much on that pitch.
Yeah, it has always perplexed me about Peralta why he doesn't strike out more hitters with a guy who can go 98 with that fastball, sits comfortably 95. Maybe just not enough command of the secondary pitches to get the hitters off the fastball and chasing those breaking balls.
They'll get out of play.
And sometimes I think, especially for a guy with a big arm who's been taught to be aggressive, attack hitters, he can make the mistake of being in the zone too much.
In the dirt. Well, he was their opening day starter. You mentioned a couple of years ago, 17-game winner, yet still trying to reestablish himself at this level.
Yeah, and he's only 27, so I think he's and with that arm, I doubt that the Brewers are going to give up on him. Could still turn into a very good major league starting pitcher, and if not, you could take that big arm and stick him out in the bullpen and just say, go get him, big fella.
Just going to say 95 or 96, might go to 98, 99. You don't
Yeah, if the secondary pitches don't come along, if the pitching acumen doesn't develop, where you sense that the guys get developing touch and feel and how to set up and finish off hitters, I think there comes a point where we say, you know what, we're just wasting our time here. Let's stick them out in the pen and just turn them loose.
Sharply hit grounder to Arcia. He'll get it to Perez at second. Cubs strand a couple. Bottom three, 5-2 Milwaukee.
This is your Coors Light game report. We've seen some tremendous tags by Javier Baez over the last week. We're going to show you a few now. I had a chance to ask him when he started working on this, and he said actually when he was 12 years old, he had a coach in Puerto Rico that started making him get to the bag early, stand there and wait as though the throw wasn't coming, and at the last second his coach, he said, would sling it over to him and he'd apply the tag immediately. It's an instantaneous type of move, and he said you do all the movement with your eyes, and at the last second it's the snag and tag, something he says at this point, guys, has become instantaneous for him. Certainly some good stuff out of Javier Baez, who's at short tonight.
Kelly, I think we have a new t-shirt, snag and tag.
You like that?
Yeah.
How about it?
Snap some Joe Madden glasses on it, you got it.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Hear it?
Line drive, base hit, Santana into center. Great thing about Joe,
yeah,
if he likes the idea, like it'll be a t-shirt within like a week. Yeah, just have like a silhouette of Baez near second base.
Airborne maybe. Both feet in the air, making a swipe tag.
There's Arcia. Infield single in the first. Just getting his major league career started. One of baseball's top prospects. Thing about Jason tonight, you know, he's not working a lot of deep counts. They're swinging pretty early, but a lot of hard hit balls. 8 hits already.
Yeah, and that's kind of runs counter to what you expect from this Brewer team. They are a patient team. Only the Cubs have walked more than the Brewers. Well, maybe after all the success he has had against them, they've decided to change their game plan.
Meanwhile, in a game they really have to have, the Pirates have taken the lead. They were down 5-0 in the third. They now lead the Cardinals 6-5 in the fifth. Slider strike on Maldonado. Ground ball. Backhanded Zobrist. Baez the turn, 4-6-3, and that'll end the inning. We'll head off to the fourth. 5-2 Brewers. Champs in WWE history. Now Chicago made CM Punk is ready for his highly anticipated UFC debut on September 10th. CSN Chicago's Luke Stuckmeyer takes us behind the scenes where Punk has been working out from the ring to the octagon. Tune in to Sportsnet Central tonight at 10:30. Five to 2. Brewers got all their runs in the first. Cubs with solo homers from Rizzo and Montero. Tommy La Stella takes a curve for a strike. Bottom of the zone.
Yeah, there's a good pitch for Peralta. A little softer breaking ball there. Get over curve.
Two and one. Look out, Brandon Hyde. Nicely played.
Well positioned. Ball boy's been doing some analytical work. Looking at the spray charts.
Call that optimal positioning. Oh, he was in a good spot there too.
It's the most popular guy in the ballpark all of a sudden.
Line shot the other way. Braun, the sliding catch for the out.
That's a good AB. Good swing. Tough break for La Stella. Hit it right on the screws.
Some minor league information for you. David Bodie, the Cubs minor league player of the month for August, and his Myrtle Beach Pelicans teammate Trevor Clifton, the pitcher of the month. Scott Kornberg, our buddies, voice of the Pelicans, sent me an interesting story on Bodie. Ball one on Hayward. Bodie found out he was drafted by the Cubs when he was on a mission trip to Africa. His plane was supposed to fly into Nairobi, Kenya, but the plane landing before his crashed on the runway. So they had to divert their flight to Mombosa, Kenya. It's on the coast. The airport there had no walls, just a ceiling, a few scattered chairs here and there. Hayward is out, 2 gone. So they sat around the airport, watched the sun rise, watched the sun set. Finally, somebody showed up with a hotspot so they could get a cell signal and let their loved ones know they were fine. And when they did that, his brother, who was also on the trip, checked the MLB draft tracker and said, "Oh, hey, by the way, the Cubs picked you." An
That's
interesting
pretty
way
unique,
to find out that you got drafted. Ball 1 on Montero, homered to the opposite way in the second. Two and 0. Long way to go. Cubs got down big early. This is definitely an offense that can get back in it. Just foul.
Montero pulled his double yesterday into the right field corner, but most of his hits lately have been to the left side, including the home run here tonight.
On the inside corner for strike 2. Swing and a miss. And the Cubs go down 1-2-3 for the first time this evening. 3.5, and it's 5-2 Brewers. E-Click Lending. With rates at all-time lows, don't wait. Lock in your low rate today with E-Click Lending. You never pay lending fees. Point, click, save. E-Click Lending. So the minor league season over. Iowa and Tennessee all finishing under 500. Chesney Young wins the Southern League batting title at 303. Second straight year he's won a batting title. Wilson Contreras won the Southern League title last year. IA Myrtle Beach finished its regular season 82-57, fourth best in club history. They'll start the playoffs tomorrow against Salem. They're the defending champs, the Pelicans. South Bend 84-55. They'll be at West Michigan tomorrow to start a best-of-3 playoff series. They set a new attendance record. Over 350,000 fans came to their games in South Bend. Eugene went 54-22. They'll start their playoff series tomorrow at Hillsboro, best-of-3. So good luck to all the Cubs affiliates in the playoffs. Swing and a miss by Peralta. The idea of a farm system is to develop talent for the big league team, but you also like to win, and those teams are. That's foul, trying to celebrate a championship. Did you ever win a championship at a minor league stop?
Yeah, Columbus Clippers.
You have a ring?
Internationally, 1984 or 5. I spent the bulk of both those years there. Yeah, got a ring. Not quite as grand as you would get at the big league level, but yeah, in a AAA, there's always that tension because you kind of want the season to end so that the guys can get called up to the big league team if you think you have a chance of being called up. But a lot of times those things won't happen until the AAA playoffs are over. So there's always it's kind of a weird dynamic in a minor league clubhouse.
You want to win, right? But you want to get to the big leagues.
Yes.
Peralta into right center. The ball hit hard tonight by the Brewers. He's on his way to second, and he's got a double.
Pretty impressive swing of the bat there by Peralta. Brewers continue to apply pressure. Tough to slow down a team when they get on a roll like this. Here's VR coming up, getting his third plate appearance. It's only the 4th inning, so he's seen a lot of pitches from Jason. He's homered and lined out so far tonight, so he's seeing the ball very well.
Bunted by VR. Hamill will throw late. Second bunt hit for the Brewers tonight.
Second bunt hit and now 10th base hit for the Brewers in this ball game.
Play a double play depth up the middle, first and third, nobody out. Against Neuenhuis, VR runs the throw, gets into center, jogging home is Peralta. I was going to say this earlier when we were singing the praises of Javier Baez on the tag. The one risk is that if you do everything really late, is that occasionally a ball will get by you, and he admits that.
Yeah, and you have to be mindful of that too with a man on third base, especially. You know, it's one thing with a man on first base only. If you come up empty, there's somebody there to back you up, perhaps, and that player doesn't advance. But a man on third base, if you don't at least knock the ball down, you're giving a run. And with that ball being that far on the shortstop side of the bag, that's when you bail out. You say, okay, no hero play to be made here. Let's just catch the ball, control the damage.
1-1 on Neuenhuis. Infield now in with VR at third. Six to 2 Brewers. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a curve.
prior to tonight, Jason had allowed 3 or fewer runs in 22 of his 26 starts.
He struck him out. Number 3 for Hamill. Here comes Braun.
He's had 2 starts where he's allowed 10 runs. One of those starts, all 10 were earned. The other 6 of the 10 were earned. So again, that tale of the little girl with the curl.
Hey, by the way, Chesney Young did not win the batting title. Thank you to, who tweeted it at me? Baseball America had a story. It was reported that Young did win the batting title. There was a guy named Ozzie Albies. Infield in. Braun takes a strike. He had a higher batting average, but he did not have enough plate appearances to qualify because he spent some time at AAA. But they gave him 0 for 7 to get to the required amount of plate appearances, and he still had a better batting average than Young. So there you go. Fouled back. So he had a batting title for a few hours. That rule exists at the major league level too.
Yeah.
What is it, 502? I think is the plate appearance minimum to qualify. Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Right. So in other words, if a player didn't have the amount of bats necessary to qualify, but if you add an offer to make up, and he still has a higher average. Didn't Willie McGee win a batting title?
I think, yes, somebody did. Might have been Gwynn one year too, but he was at 322, Albies, and they gave him an 0 for 7, and even with that, he was at 315, which was still plenty enough to win the batting crown. Everybody back with 2 outs. Charged by Baez. Out at first is Perez, and that will end the inning. They do get a run though, and it's now 6-2 after 4. Now, our Cubs Insider all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
3.1 plate appearances for every team game played, so 502 plate appearances, not at bats. The minimum to qualify for the batting title.
You see in front of him, foul balls had been struck.
Yeah. Better look up, Patrick.
Perez gets Baez. So reverse what we saw in the top or the bottom of the last inning. Hamill. Rays have fired their hitting coach, Derek Shelton. Their minor league hitting instructor, Chad Mottola, takes over. I'm guessing, I assume you haven't seen the story. Rays president of baseball operations, Matt Silverman, gave a 7-word quote. Can you guess what it was?
A 7-word quote when they fired.
You fire a batting coach, you hire a new one.
We fired the batting coach.
No, no.
Felt like we needed a different voice.
Oh, you got it. It was time for a new voice. I knew you'd get it in 2 tries.
I would like for the general manager to say one time, we felt like we needed a new face. We just got tired of looking at his face every day.
Check swing bouncer. I did not mean to make light of Eric Shelton losing his job, but you know, when these changes are made, you often hear it was time for a new voice.
Yeah. It's like there's a board with all the proper cliches. When firing a coach, this one always plays.
We'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Inter-County Cable in Brooklyn, Iowa.
When Don Carmen was pitching in the big leagues, he put a list in his locker of all the cliches, excuses, comments guys would make after an outing, and he would just tell the writers, hey, if I'm not there, pick and choose whatever you feel comfortable with. If I pitch poorly, if I pitch well, whatever it was. And you know, I had my good stuff tonight, didn't have my good stuff. I'm just taking it one day at a time, and on the list went.
I was thinking when Peralta gave up the Montero homer, that whatever homers he allows tonight, if he wins, he can always say after the game, "What? I was just attacking." I mean, that's
yeah. I had that comfortable lead.
I pitched to the score.
Except for the first home run, he didn't have a lead at all because it was in the top of the first. But yeah, that's a lot of times the narrative is developed after the fact.
Called strike 3. Fowler doesn't agree. It's 8 in a row now sent down by Peralta. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 6-2 Brewers. 6-2 Brewers. They'll bat in the 5th inning. Chris Carter takes a slider for a strike. Fastball is low and inside. And that one hit Carter. Man on every inning but the 2nd for Milwaukee. Some chin music, and that got a piece of the home plate umpire Will Little as well. It was a 2-for-1, almost a 3-for-1. Ooh, direct shot. Strike called on Santana.
Santana, an interesting player, big, strong kid. (23 years of age). Brewers got him from the Astros. Originally was with the Phillies.
For first, and now Hamill smartly lets it go. Dansby Swanson of the Braves. His first major league home run. It never left the park. Nationals Park, Washington, D.C. Inside the park home run. That game is tied at 6 in the 6th. It's Felix Pena up in the Cubs bullpen. Hit hard on the ground with Stella. Zobrist, Rizzo, double play. Second turn for the Cubs tonight.
Sharply hit ground ball to LaStella, and that gives him plenty of time to start this around the horn double play. Set the feet, good accurate feed to Zobrist, who does the rest. Dansby Swanson, he was the kid that the Diamondbacks traded to the Braves in the Shelby Miller deal, the former #1 pick of the Diamondbacks, a deal that got a fair bit of criticism at the time, and then obviously has really gotten a lot of criticism with what has gone down with Shelby Miller and the Diamondbacks.
Oh, 2. Pitch count not an issue for Jason. What is the Cubs are down 4. Tries to salvage his night. There's a line out to Soler through 5. Milwaukee leads by 4.
Fans, join the Cubs season ticket holder waiting list. Do it today. Claim your spot in our lineup for season tickets. It's easy and it's free to register. For details, visit Cubs.com/waiting list.
Zobrist to start the 6th against Willie Peralta. Curve is outside. Brewers out hitting the Cubs 10-3. 2-1 Zobrist. Can't believe it. And looked like he was correct. That's really low. Well, he and Will Little having a pretty animated discussion.
Yeah, not even close.
On the ground is short for Arcia.
Some of that frustration goes away if you end up reaching base after a bad call like that. But when you make an out, then you just start to really boil over. But Ben, just being Ben, jogs on back to the dugout.
So that's so far down. I mean, yeah, that's pretty egregious. So here's Rizzo. Shallow center.
Anthony not wasting any time tonight, is he? He's first pitch swinging all night.
First at bat, was that a first pitch homer?
Wasn't it?
So he's seen 3 pitches tonight.
Well, it
2
worked
quick
first
outs.
time, yeah. Maldonado there talking to Little, probably said, no, that was a good call, man. You got it right.
Ichiro has homered off the bench. First career pinch hit home run. Career hit number 3019. How about that? Marlins trail 4-3 at home against the Phillies in the bottom of the 8th. Marlins and the Pirates have faded here lately. Miami is 11 and 22 since August 1st. But the team I think that's had the weirdest season of any of them is the New York Mets. With all the injuries they're going through, they're on a very good stretch. They're ahead 4-3 in Cincinnati in the 7th, looking for their 13th straight win against the Reds.
Yeah, baseball by its nature is streaky. You know, teams run hot and cold, but the Mets seem to be maybe an extreme example of that this year.
It will be their 4th consecutive win, and again, going back a couple of years against the Reds, they've won the last 12 of those matchups. Swing and a miss. Inning over. Peralta dealing now. Still 6-2. Bears game 1 hour before kickoff with Bears pregame live. Briggs, Brown, Miller, and Bolton get you ready for kickoff and have instant reaction on Bears postgame live immediately following the game. The best Bears coverage in the city is on CSN Chicago.
Just want to go on the record as saying I drafted a couple Bears today.
Yeah, who'd you take?
I don't remember. Alshon Jeffrey.
Okay.
And another one.
So good. You just so proudly declared you took 2 Bears, and then you're like,
Wasn't ready for the follow-up.
Maldonado pulls one on the ground. Baez down to a knee, up with it. And the throw in time.
I took an ex-Bear. I took Matt Forte. I think he's with the Jets now. Clark, the official mascot of the Chicago Cubs, could be part of your next event. From birthday parties and corporate outings to wedding receptions and charity events, Clark wants to be invited. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information on bringing Clark to your next party. So I know today, what did I say, 18 teams are within 5 games of a playoff spot. Wow. Second highest at this point in the season since the wild card era began.
We're going to have one of those years where 3 or 4 teams will be tied for a wild card. We'll have a couple of games and another game, and then the wild card, and then the division series. It's bound to happen.
There's going to be some high drama. These teams scratch and claw and fight to the finish.
Cubs wouldn't mind that this year, right?
Yeah, let people burn out their pitching. Cubs can just sit back and wait.
One and 2 on the pitcher.
If the Cubs were to win tonight, it would be their 90th win. In game number 138, it would be the 3rd fastest to 90 wins since 2000.
Peralta strikes out.
Actually, would tie the 3rd fastest. The Phillies club a few years ago, the 04 Cardinals and the 01 Mariners got there quickly.
Follow in-game live on CSNChicago.com, presented by State Farm. Good night for VR. Leadoff homer and a line out in the first. Bunt single and a steal, and now a single this time. So he's 3 out of 4. Actually, it's going to be a double. That ball. Actually, it's going to be a triple. Man, I had him at 1, then 2, now 3. Off the bat, that looked like a routine single to center, but it was hit really hard and got all the way to the wall.
It's the kind of 3-base hit you used to see back in the day when there were so many AstroTurf fields. A line drive that would scoop all the way to the wall, but he just put so much pace on this line drive. This kid is really locked in here tonight. The only time they got him out, his second at bat, was a line out to left field. That ball was sharply hit.
I almost called the cycle in one at bat.
Well, you see it.
Yeah, it looked like Dexter got a little bit of a late break on that ball.
Ball kicks back past him a little bit. VR's got his eyes on Dexter the whole time.
Swing and a miss by Neuenhuis. Not going to pull that one for play-by-play call of the year. That will not get nominated. There's a base hit. Oh, no, it's a double. No, it's a triple.
Well, you were right. Every step of the way. It was a base hit, then it was a double, and then it was a triple.
Maybe we should nominate it.
It was all those things.
VR now with at least one more plate appearance. There's a double away from the cycle. And in years past, that would have been for a cycle, meaning he would have won a Harley motorcycle.
Well, that's right. I remember they used to do that. They don't do it anymore?
No, I don't think so. I think Chad Moeller did it once and won literally a cycle.
Chad Moeller, the former catcher, not known for his speed.
Right. 2-2.
Well, Jason could take some measure of comfort in the fact that he is still out there in the 6th inning. The way this game started, 5 spot in the 1st, 7 consecutive reaches to start the ball game, then a sac fly. Five of the 6 runs he has allowed are earned.
So you took Alshon Jeffrey and Danny Trevathan. There's linebacker.
Yeah, that's
I thought it was a little bit of a stretch. He took Trevathan with the 3rd overall pick, but
I believe in him. You know, my NFL man, that draft was going on. I'm looking at all the players. I knew like 5% of the names, maybe.
I should probably tell you at some point, we actually don't have defensive players in the draft, but you do have a linebacker.
Well, I like that.
Start him.
I like his athleticism. I think I could see him moving to the other side of the ball.
Yeah, the Bears will be in Houston, and so will the Cubs this weekend.
Cubs play the night game in Houston. So it'd be a good road trip for fans to make. Come down, they could watch the Bears and then swing over to Minute Maid and catch Cubs Astros.
Fouled away. By the way, there are a lot of people on Twitter who would love for you to be in their fantasy football league. We found him.
You want the donation? There's Waldo. Where he was. Thought he was out in L.A.
Ball 4. Pena up again.
Pena getting ready in a hurry out there. It's still a winnable game, down 4. 6th inning. Brewers don't have a lockdown bullpen. So this is a very important confrontation. Braun getting his 4th look at Jason here tonight.
Foul to 3rd. She will not be outdone. guy over at first. Nicely played. It's down 1-1. Giants lost last night in Denver to the Rockies. They're tied at 1 in the 5th. Tonight they're 4 back of the Dodgers in the West. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Giants leading the wild card by a half game ahead of St. Louis and only a game and a half ahead of the Mets.
The Giants, who managed 14 hits in the 4-game series against the Cubs, went out to Denver, and you think, well, okay, they're going to go out to Colorado in that light air and get healthy. And they got shut out. One of the best games ever pitched in that ballpark. Chad Bettis, 2-hitter.
Drive to right. Hayward back in. It's gone. That's a 3-run line shot homer for Ryan Braun, and it's 9-2.
Yeah, you could just sense, you know, that shot we had earlier of Joe and Chris Bosio. They knew it was a perilous situation. But Braun getting his 4th look at Hamill. He singled off and just missed hitting a home run off him in his 2nd at bat. Had very good numbers against him coming into this ball game. Fastball up and out over the plate, and we've talked a lot about Braun's power and ability to drive the ball the other way. So there's your 4th home run replay. It's number 26 for Braun. His 4th career off of Jason.
Twelve hits for the Brewers tonight. One and two. Slider's driven to deep center. Fowler on the track to leap, and he can't get it. It's a double.
Jason, at times over the last couple of years, has clearly been frustrated with some of the early pulls from Joe Madden. He's probably out there wondering, hey, Skip, where are you, man? It's not my night. And he's going to get his answer. Here comes Joe now to make the move. Sure lost track of where he was on the wall there, or at the wall, I should say.
So pitching change in the 6th, and we'll be back. pen after Jason Hamill gave up a career-high 13 hits. The Cubs are trailing 9-2. It's rookie right-hander Felix Pena.
6th appearance at the big league level for Felix. No wins, no losses. A .675 ERA. Just 4 innings of work. Jason, 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned to this point. A couple of walks, 5 strikeouts. Responsible for Perez out there at second base.
Runner at second. Chris Carter, the hitter. Beverly and Ron Anell are here tonight celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary, which is this Friday. Hope it's a great one. So happy belated to Merlene King, Kentland, Indiana. Breaking ball strike, 0-2.
Felix called up August 19th at AAA Iowa. He was 3-4 with a 3.41 earned run average.
Called strike 3 and the inning is over. Ryan Braun with a 3-run shot. 9-2 Brewers.
Park, this is your Coors Light game report. Munenori Kawasaki, part of course, the expanded rosters. Guys rejoining the team this afternoon. Had a chance to talk with him. We know how much his teammates love having him around for his charismatic personality. I asked him, what have you been working on in the minors? And he asked me to repeat it one more time and wasn't quite sure what that meant, but he said Spanish and English. The baseball part's easy. So always a good time having him around, and certainly he's up here at the top of the dugout right now cheering on his teammates. One of the best, Joe says.
Yeah, he is just a burst of energy, and as Joe said to reporters before the game, it was like he never left. There's Tommy La Stella leading off, 1-1 on him, 7th inning. Driven to deep right, way back toward the wall, and it'll bounce out of play for a double.
Second good swing for La Stella tonight, you may recall. In the 4th, he hit that rocket to left for an out. This time, nobody there to make a play on him. Leadoff double, Tommy La Stella. Yeah, the earlier in the year, Cubs had that rough road trip and they went in, got swept in New York. And I was on the team bus riding out to Citi Field. And some of the guys in the back of the bus were talking, and that was kind of the. Said we need a little dose of Kawasaki. We need a little lift our spirits, bring a little energy.
Fastball missing on Hayward. Jen Prowitz, happy birthday. Chesterton, Indiana. It's in there. It's 1-1. One and two. Rough line for Jason Hamill tonight. 5 2/3, 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned. His ERA up to 3.50. Started the night at 3.14. He's allowed at least 9 runs 3 times this year. Called strike 3.
Normally you don't see that one called when the catcher has to go up above his mask to catch the fastball. So he called the low one on Zobrist, and then maybe expanded up a little bit on Hayward. I think most hitters can live with the high one. But when pitcher's getting both, but man, that's awfully tough.
Now it's back to Peralta. Now they've got LaStella caught between second and third, so he'll try to stay in a rundown long enough for Montero. Tag applied. Throw to second late. So ball comes out in the wash. Montero basically replaces LaStella.
Yeah, it's a tough read for a base runner. You see that a lot. You know, the ball in front of them, they're gonna freeze. The ball behind them, they're gonna advance. It's that one right back to the mound where they read that it's behind them, but the pitcher cuts it off. Peralta pursued Tommy a little more aggressively. They might have been able to complete that rundown and keep Montero at first.
I'm not saying there is an explanation. I'm not asking you to explain it. Maybe it is unexplainable. But if you look at the game logs for Hamill, I mean, it's 1 0 1 0 2 3 2 4 1 0 2 3 1 4 2 10 2 1 2 1 0 0 0 10 3 1 9. It's a really strange year because it's been largely excellent with 3 major duds. Remember that stretch he had very recently, 3 consecutive scoreless starts. One and one to Baez. Pirates still lead the Cardinals top of the 8th, 6-5. Astros beat the Indians last night, and they've got a lead late again tonight, 4-2 in the bottom of the 9th. Dallas Keuchel shut down with shoulder issues. 2-2.
Cub fans, Joe Madden wants you to own his car. Joe is raffling off his signature vehicle for charity. Raffle tickets are $100 each and are available at fan services during all remaining home games or at 3721 North Clark Street. Full details are available at Cubs.com/Joe's Raffle. Yeah, I'm over here pondering an explanation for Jason Hamill's season. I can't come up with one.
Swing and a miss.
I think the inning ended.
And we'll stand up and stretch. It's 9-2 Brewers. Quicken Loan's Rocket Arms, top 5 in the National League ERA race. 3 of the top 5 are Cubs, including the Major League leader Kyle Hendricks. The Cy Young race is pretty interesting. Clayton Kershaw has been dominating, but he's not even going to have enough innings to qualify for the ERA title. Noah Syndergaard, I believe, leads the league in WAR among pitchers, but Kyle Hendricks is running away with the ERA title. So he's got a legitimate shot.
Yeah, and I hear some support for Max Scherzer out there as well.
ERA obviously is a big one. Strikeouts, innings pitched. Here's Hector Rondon off the disabled list. So we still have a few weeks to go. And, hopefully Kyle can maintain that healthy ERA lead. Good to see Hector back.
Yeah, absolutely. Been a while since we've seen a hard throwing Hector. 6-7-8 here for the Brewers.
He went on the DL August 19th. Right triceps strain. He did not require a rehab assignment. Originally that was the plan, but he threw a simulated game instead the other day at Wrigley Field, and he's throwing 97 miles an hour. I think in his case, and even John Lackey, if we were in October, I think they probably would have pitched through those issues, but there was no sense in pushing it with the big lead the Cubs have.
Yeah, that was the advantage. That is the advantage of this big lead. Guys need a breather, a little tender. You can shut them down for a few days. Now Joe's in a position where he can rest his everyday players from time to time. If you're looking for an explanation on Jason Hamill, sabermetrically or statistically, left on base percentage was running well above league average, so he was due for some regression there. So in other words, the thinking is that you allow X number of base runners, and by virtue of luck, some are going to score, some not. League average runs around 72%, I think 72%. Left on base percentage, his was up around 80%.
That's in the left. Good effort by Baez as he laid out and couldn't get it. I think he's all right. He's getting up pretty slowly. He just scraped up a bit. That is a full effort.
Might have gotten the wind knocked out of him too.
Still got his hands on his knees. Three hits for Santana. And 1-0 on Arcia. Glove hand really dug into the turf. Paid crowd tonight, 32,888. Slider misses outside.
Jason also running a very low, relatively low batting average on balls in play.
Sometimes that'll
some function of luck there, perhaps.
Level off. Yeah. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Throw not in time. Santana steals second. The second steal of the year.
Montero thinking that perhaps Santana came off the base.
Towards center. This one passed Baez. Santana will jog home. 10-2. They have put a lot of balls in play and have found holes. They've also simply hit the ball hard a lot tonight. Maldonado, sac fly in the first. Grounded into a double play in the third. Grounded to short in the sixth. On the right field line. No play for Hayward.
Take home a game used or autographed item and help benefit Cubs charities. Cubs Authentics is the premier outlet for all MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia. The Cubs will donate net proceeds from the sale of Cubs Authentics to Cubs charities. Visit Cubs.com/authentics today.
Center field, dipping, caught by Fowler. Sliding grab, one away.
Nice play by Fowler in center. Have not been on the wrong side of many of these this year.
Fouled out a play by Peralta. Here's a steal earlier by Santana. We saw Montero thinking maybe he came off the bag. And he was right. He was out. Ground ball to second. And they're going to turn 4-6-3 to end the seventh. Rondon back in the mix, gives up a run on 2 hits, 10-2 Milwaukee. Action luxury hotel accommodations and Milwaukee's best entertainment and dining are yours at Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Find out more and book your stay today at paysbig.com. Yeah, right up the road here in Milwaukee from Miller Park. Willie Peralta's been very good tonight. He gave up 2 early solo home runs. Just 1 hit since the 3rd inning.
Wily Willie salvaging what has been a very disappointing season with this good stretch. Last time out against the Cardinals, he went 7 innings, allowed 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 10.
Chris Coghlan, 2 at bats. A pinch hit, played right late yesterday. And had the go-ahead RBI single in the 7th, and then a 2-run single as the Cubs broke it open in the 8th. Matt Carpenter just homered off Tony Watson in the 9th in Pittsburgh. Cardinals, Pirates 6-6.
Pirates doing a fast fade. They've lost 7 in a row.
And that was a 2-out home run. Ball high in the air, shallow left field. It's the shortstop Arcia.
The most popular way to follow the Cubs postseason push is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Get MLB.com at bat on your favorite devices.
And that is a pinch hit home run, the 15th for the Cardinals. That sets a new major league single season record. Carpenter was not in their lineup. Strike called on Fowler. Driven in the air, deep left center, on the warning track, circling, and Nieuwenhuis has it. Bit of a vigorous route.
Thought it was vigorous. How do you spell that?
Vigarious. Get a good angle if he had to maybe make a leap. Oh, Maldonado went down into the Tony Pena pose, and that pitch created a little trouble for him. Left field, Braun will have to play it on a couple of bounces. Zobrist hustling to second, and he's got a double.
Second hit of the night for Ben. That's the way to play the game. Regardless of the score, play hard, run hard. So, Gray swings at the first pitch here. This AB or
yeah,
take one.
That's what's happened here so far. So Carpenter with 2 outs, homers tonight. Molina then doubles. Randall Grichuk, 2-run homer. 8-6 Cardinals. 9th inning. Grichuk on a home run tear. Yeah, he swung away. Didn't get a fastball.
Giants continue to struggle to score runs. They're trailing 2-1 in the 7th.
Hefty home runs tonight. Rizzo with his 6th career off Peralta. Montero with his 6th of this season overall. Driven deep to right, way back, gone! He's done it again. 2 homers tonight. 7 in his career off Peralta. That was a shot. 10-4. Good buddy.
Roger that. Well, first time he went the other way. This time a towering drive down the right line. The power hasn't been there for Anthony much of the second half of the season. This is a pretty impressive show here tonight, though. 2 home run game for the big fella. 4th home run replay.
Well, he noticed it was hefty, and we showed 2 homers, so to make it all match.
The 3rd hefty.
Yeah. Might not matter tonight. That one hit the inside of the pole there, and that'll be it for Peralta. And we'll be back. 8th inning. Stay with us. Hyundai call to the pen. Right-hander Jacob Barnes.
19th appearance for Barnes. He spent some time on this disabled list. Also, it's 17 times for their AAA club. Some real good numbers there at a 1.21 ERA. The AAA team is in Colorado Springs, so that makes that 1.21 ERA even more impressive. Throws hard. Heater, cutter, slider.
If it ends in ER, he throws it. Two balls, no strikes. Two and one. It's low. Barnes is from St. Petersburg, Florida. Florida Gulf Coast University, 14th rounder, 2011. Swing and a miss. The Sale, Casey Coleman. Alums of FGCU.
Looks rather long of leg and short of torso, doesn't it? It's just the pants.
Yeah, I think it's a uniform.
Old-fashioned drop and drive there.
Ball four.
Pushes off that back leg. So his perceived velocity is probably a little bit quicker than that 96 with that long stride. Release point well out in front.
Will Little has had a big zone up and down tonight.
Yeah, which generally I'm in favor of. I thought the one to Ben I thought was crazy, crazy low. Should have been called, but I think more umpires should call the top of the zone.
Ground ball right to Arcia, and it's Perez at the bag to end the inning. Anthony Rizzo has homered twice tonight. He got 28 on the year and has supplied 3 of the 4 runs for the Cubs this evening. 10-4 Milwaukee in the 8th. Spencer Patton. One of the 5 Cubs to join the roster today.
Jonathan Villar double shy of the cycle.
Chris Coghlan is in at third. See, I'm going to Jacob Barnes. He has high beltage. And Patton got the low riders. That's why the legs look longer. I'm going with that theory.
Right.
Yep. One, two on the way. Swing and a miss. So BR double away. Cannot put a ball in play.
No soup for you. Tomorrow we are back here in Milwaukee. Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, and your Cubs square off against Brian Braun's Brewers. Don't miss first pitch tomorrow at 7 on CSN. All your favorites.
Kirk Neuenhuis. Takes low for a ball.
It'll be Mike Montgomery for the Cubs tomorrow, and Matt Garza will pitch for Milwaukee.
Mike is one of 6 Cubs starters.
He is.
And a strike.
Spencer's been up and down a bunch this year in Chicago and Iowa.
Yeah, this is a kind of year for a guy like Spencer. You'd be better off renting.
Yeah, a lot of times guys will get called up, and the player that will get sent out will say, hey, just live in my place.
Comes the 3-2. He walked him.
And the player being sent out could stay in player X's place at AAA. That would be the ultimate. And so if you swapped apartments, say, and the guy who got called up to the big leagues called the player he replaces, hey dude, you didn't leave anything to drink in your fridge.
Well, that would be bad form, wouldn't it?
I'm going to enhance your cable package if you don't mind. Played with a guy in the minor leagues once who got called up from AA to AAA, moved into an apartment, and then he only lasted about 3 weeks and was sent back to AA. So the next time, I think it was the next year, when he had a similar call up, he refused to unpack. Just lived out of his suitcase. He moved into an apartment a couple other guys were sharing. A bonding in the minor leagues. It's more typical for 2 or 3 guys to share an apartment. Somebody gets called up, maybe from AA to AAA, crash on the couch for a few weeks.
Sure. 2-2 on Braun. Knocked in 4 tonight, and he thought he had an extra base hit at least. Our Xfinity high-speed action in the second inning. Jason Hayward went back to the wall, the leap, the catch. Ground ball to third. Coughlin, and this gets away from Zobrist. Heist to third, Braun to second. Could have been an inning-ending double play, instead an error. Guessing the error will be on the throw.
Yeah, I think so. How much third base he's played. First we've seen him over there this year, right?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen him over there. Strike called. He made 15 starts with the A's at third earlier this season. Floated to right. 2 runs will score. Neuenhuis and Braun, 12-4. Perez has 4 hits. He had 4 hits against the Cubs earlier this year.
That sounds right, yeah.
Checking it out. He did not.
He did something good, I remember. He had a good game. He's a good player.
He is. Nice waiver pickup. Broken bat, fly ball, short center field. Fowler racing in. He grabs it. 2 outs.
Second nice play Fowler has made tonight. Scared a sinking line drive earlier in the ball game. This time a crack bat, little flare out there. Charges in, puts it away.
Ball 1 on Santana.
Don't see the Brewers making a quantum leap forward next season. I guess that could change if they had a very aggressive, impressive offseason in terms of acquiring new talent. I don't think that's the plan, though.
Well, they've got some kids who will probably get here next year at some point. 2 more in the 8th. 12-4 as we head off to the 9th. Bank upcoming schedule. One more game in this series. Off day in Houston. And a weekend against the Astros. American League rules will apply. And then off to St. Louis next week. Got a bunch of changes here. The headliner is Blaine Boyer. He takes over on the mound. 9th inning, 8-run lead for Milwaukee.
Veteran right-hander pitching for the 55th time, 2-3. Picked up a save along the way, a 3.90 ERA, 60 innings, 71 hits. See, he doesn't strike out many at all. It's 23 strikeouts in 60 innings. He's walked 16.
Santana goes to left. Braun is out. Perez goes to right. And Yadiel Rivera in at second. Albert Almora Jr. fouls away. Back in the big leagues. He's in competition possibly for a playoff spot in terms of the roster because of his defense. Breaking ball off the outside, 1-1. Right field, and that will get in. Foul. I didn't think that ball was going to be close to the foul line, but it was foul.
Yeah, not by much. Wow.
Barely foul. Joel asking the video guys to look at it.
First base umpire is Chad Whitson.
We will have a Foresight Technology replay review as Almora heads right out to second. So he's convinced.
Can't tell.
We need the U.S. Open tennis technology. Or that would come into a computer screen and you'd see a little imprint of the ball and the line. Foresight Technology replay review.
Well, you know, it's not likely to impact the ball game. It's 12-4, but for Joe Madden, you're going to challenge. You get a chance to get your guy a double. Worth taking a look.
So Almora will not get the double he had hoped for. He'll have to head back to the plate.
Now, should hit it over the wall. Silver lining tonight, Hector Rondon has returned. First outing in a while. He's charged with a run on a couple of hits, but just good to see him back. The velocity was there. Alberta youngster, just 22 years of age.
Full count. 9-7. The Cardinals beat the Pirates. Final score. That is a devastating loss for Pittsburgh. In the corner, Perez has it. Pirates have lost 8 in a row.
How do you get to Wrigley Field? The Cubs suggest taking public transportation. They offer a free bike check that's located by the Addison Red Line station. If you drive, the Cubs provide free remote parking and shuttle service on night and weekend games. For information, visit the A to Z guide at Cubs.com. Matt Carpenter, 2 out, 2 strike. Pinch hit home run to tie that ball game. 0-2, 2 outs, boom. It's a kick in the gut.
Cubs' magic number with the Cardinals winning will stay at 10. And what that will mean is the Cubs could not clinch this week. Possibly could do it in St. Louis or on the next homestand. Montero will get to the wall. He's on his way to second. Homer and a double in this one, and 4 for 7 in the second.
Yeah, he's making a late push here, isn't he? I think it's been a tough go for him. Lost playing time once Wilson Contreras came up, and much of the year hitting below 200, not really hitting the ball with a whole lot of authority. It seemed to me there was a stretch of time there where he was trying to make up for lost time, maybe over swinging. But the quality of that bats here lately have been really good.
The 212 he went into this series at 199. Kawasaki into the left field corner. Twelve to 5.
Slashes this one to left. Not on that front foot.
He loves life. Ball one to Coughlin. Driven deep. At the wall, caught. Nice running grab by Neuenhuis on the warning track for out number 2. It was Carlos Gomez-like out there in left center.
Peek down to find the wall. Not a very gregarious route there, was it?
Pretty direct.
Oh, yeah, might have been a little vagary at the end. But
the 0-1 to Fowler is a strike.
down to their last strike. Barring a miracle, Jason Hamill will fall to 14-8. Peralta with the win would be 6-9.
Fly ball. This one caught by Perez to end the ball game. So the Brewers beat the Cubs tonight 12-5 with the Cardinals winning and the Cubs losing. Magic number remains at 10. Cubs have 24 games to play, so they'll have to wait another day to grab their 90th victory.
Yeah, off night obviously for Jason Hamill. You come in looking at this one going, boy, favorable pitching matchup. Peralta with an inflated ERA in the mid-5s. Jason Hamill has owned this Brewer team in his career at a 2.30-something ERA in this ballpark, but not to be. They ambushed and put a 5 spot on the board in the first, and then were able to play add-on later on. Big home run by Ryan Braun. The good news for the Cubs, as I mentioned, Hector Rondon back in action. Anthony Rizzo flashing the power with 2 home runs, and Miguel Montero continues to swing it well.
Toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot goes to Willie Peralta. He had a lot of run support tonight.